the definition actually, what a function decorator will deal. A function which will enhance the property of other function. That function we call it as a decorator. Some function is there, let's say a, and that function a will enhance the property of other function, let's say b. Okay, here a is called as a decorator and b is called as a decorated function. Okay, a is called as a decorator, b is called as a decorated because a is decorating the b. Okay, a function is there which will enhance the property of other function. That function we call it as a decorator. Okay, let's see a simple three steps what we have to follow. First step is calling the function and references. It means what? I will create a function here. Let's say def. Its name is greet. Okay, and inside this, what I will print, I will give a print statement. Okay, this is great. Okay, this is my print statement, and after print statement I have to return something. For that, what I will do, I will return a string called as a greet. Okay, this is the implementation of my greet function. What I will do, I will call this greet function. Okay, if I call this greet function, it will give us me only this statement. Okay, you can see here, it will give us me this is great. Okay, this is great. If I want to know what actually greet function will returning, you can see. If I call here in the interpreter, that is greet function, it will give along with the print statement and then the return type of it. Enter, then what it is actually in. As this is greet and then the string greet. Okay. Now greet function will call the greet parenthesis function, and greet actually hold the address of the greet function. I mean to say, if you introduce greet with the parenthesis, that is called as a greet function. Okay, try to concentrate. Greet along with the parenthesis called as a greet function. Only greet is the identifier which will hold the address of greet function. Okay, what I mean to say, if I print here greet, it will hold the address of the greet function. The address is 0x00 this much. Okay, this is called as a reference and the calling the function. Now, can I have multiple references? Now let's see what I will do. If I if I call the greet function, it will give me us the whole implementation. Now I have greet reference here. Okay, this is my reference. I will take a G variable and I will give the reference of my greet to G variable. If I enter, now G also referencing to greet function. Greet is also referencing to greet function. Okay, if I call the greet function, it will give the same result as that of G parenthesis because G is also holds the address of the greet function. Are you think the same? If I take H is equals to greet and parenthesis, okay, then it will give, if I H parenthesis, H will hold the address of the greet function. If I call that H address with the parenthesis, then it will execute the statement. This is the function with multiple references such as GH. Okay, this is the reference. Now, what I will do, this is the first step. Next step is calling the outer function. Okay, calling the outer function. Imagine this is my greet function. What I will do, I will take another function. Let's say display. Okay, display is my another function. What I will do, this will have a print statement. This is display. Okay, now it will return us. Okay, what it will return, the string called as display. Okay, it will return us a string called as display. If I call the display function, okay, what it will give only print statement which is inside it. Okay, this is what you can see here at the interpreter. This is display. Now, instead of calling the function greet at here, what I will do, I will call at the top here. Let's say what will happen. It will give the this is great and this is display. If I run this, then you can this is great and this is display. Instead of calling the greet function at outside, what I will do, I will call the greet function inside the display function. This is first method. Okay. Now also I am getting the same thing with some changes. First print statement will execute, then greet function will execute. Okay. This is nothing but the calling the outer function. Next, what I will do, I have greet reference here. Okay. And greet function. Okay. What I will do, I will take the greet reference and pass to the display function. Okay. Now it will takes the func as an argument with the display will send the reference of the greet function. Okay. Now display function will accept the address of greet with a variable called as a func, argument called as a func. To call the greet function, now I have to use func variable instead of greet. Okay, func. Control save and we will get same thing. What I have done, I have passed the argument or else address of the greet function and I have received as a func argument. If I call the func argument, it will give me same result as that of the greet what I am passing. Now this is completely fine. This is the end of my second step. The third and important step is calling the nested function and returning. Okay, returning. Okay, this is important. Returning also important. What I will do, I will create a function here, def nested function. Let's say it is a wrapper function. Okay, wrapper function, and it have a print statement. Okay, this is wrapper. This is wrapper, and it will return the a string called as a wrapper. Okay, now I will say if I run what it is doing the same thing. If I call the display of greet, it will take go to display function and greet reference taken as a func variable and then it will execute this print statement. Now it will block this memory. It will create this memory block. Then after that, whatever I am passing now func, okay, I am calling it. As of now, this wrapper function memory is created, but it is not actually executed. To execute this function, what I will do, I will execute here wrapper. Okay, if I execute this here wrapper, then you will able to execute these three functions. One is the display function, after that the greet function, next after this the wrapper function here. Are you understanding? This is the third step. With some modification, we can say it as a decorator. What are those modifications? Let's see. Instead of calling the function here, what I will do, I will call this function at here. Okay. And if I call the function, it is returning me great string. Okay. I will store it is some variable called as a result. Okay. If I store it is some result, then I have to return it. Okay. Let's say this is the result. I have to return it. That return can be done here, the wrapper function, inside the wrapper function. This is one modification. And calling the wrapper function here, I don't want to call. Instead of that, I will return the address that is the wrapper from here to my main display function. What I have done, instead of calling, I am returning the address of the wrapper function to my main function, display function. Okay, this is the decorator. Okay, this is nothing but the decorator. Can I call here the, let's see, I will take w is equals to. Now try to understand how it will work. The moment you call the display function with the reference of greet function, reference of greet function. Can I take this greet function here? It will doesn't make any much changes. Okay, I have taken the greet function and I am calling it. That's it. I am calling the display function with the reference of greet function. Greet will hold the uh, reference of greet function. The moment I call, it will the controller will come here to this main function. Okay, what it will do, it will take the greet reference as a func reference. Func. Okay. Now this print statement will execute it. Okay. After that, what it will do, it will create a memory block called as a wrapper. Okay. It will create memory block called as a wrapper. Then for this memory block, it will create it no. This memory block will be returned to the display function. Okay, return function is then this return function is belongs to return keyword is belongs to display function, and this return will return the address of the wrapper function. What wrapper function will hold? Wrapper function will hold the print statement. Along with that, the calling of the main what argument function and its result and its result. Let's see how it will. It will return the wrapper function. Wrapper function means address of this. Now, this will I will take the wrapper function as a W. Okay. Can I call the W here? Of course, I will call. Before that, I want to run this program. Let's see whether it is working or not. As of now, it is working now. I mean, same. This display of grid will returning the address of the wrapper, but it is not calling. That address I will store in W. If I call the W of parenthesis, then it is internally calling the wrapper function. Wrapper function will hold the function call of the argument which is provided by the display function, and result which is returned to the wrapper. Okay, if I call this one, then it will run the all the statement present in the wrapper function. Okay, this is display function and this is wrapper function. Now it will execute this statement. This display is coming from the function here, this function, but wrapper function will giving for identification. I will give you the statement here. Let's say the wrapper function will while you calling the wrapper function, no, you will get only these two statement. Okay, if we call the display function, no, you will get only display. If I say here, then if I run, then you will get. Okay, wrapper function will providing two things. One is the output of the greet function. Okay, output of the greet function which is greater. Another one is the print of the greet function. The third thing is the decoration done to the greet function. What W parenthesis will hold? It will hold the greet which is returned by my greet function, and it will hold the print statement which is returned by greet function, and it will hold the decoration. This is called as the decoration which is provided by decorator. Okay, are you understanding? Now, this is the normal syntax how we understood, but a formal syntax is there which everyone will follow. Instead of doing all this much of circus, what I will do, I will take and give here the decorator. I will decorate the greet function by the help of my decorator called as a display. Display. Okay, display. Now, this is same as I am creating this. Okay, I am giving decorator in the sense I am creating this one. Okay, if I call the greet function normally, it will give the same functionality as I have done here. Okay, see. the same functionality what I have done. This is the decoration and this is the decoration. Try to understand. Now I want to provide only decoration at the where I am calling, okay, where I am calling my function. Okay, this is called as a decorator. Another one important thing I want to do here. Okay, can I vanish this? This is no longer we need. Okay, now I have implemented only for one function. At this time, it is no required. Okay, implementing for one function, this decorator concept is no longer required. But implementation for multiple function it is required. For example, I will take a def, let's say add. Okay, add function, which will give us a print statement. This is add. Okay, and return us a string called as a add. Okay, what I will do, I will comment out this. The moment I will call add function, it will only give us the statement which is coming from this one. Okay, if I save and run, then you will get the statement present at this position. If I decorate this function with the help of display, okay, not only I will get this is add, I will get also the content of the wrapper function. Okay, let's see. Are you getting? This is wrapper. You can make anything here. If I can say, let's see, if I do here, let's say print of 5 star, let's say print of something. You can give anything here, whatever you want. Okay, print of, let's say G, okay, G, something like this. Okay, we can't do this multiple statement for the individual function. Instead of that, what I'm doing, I'm creating the decorator which will do all the functionality. Okay, which will do all the functionality. Control save. If I run this, then you will get. Okay, if I moment, if I call the greet function also, for this function also, it will give the same thing. See, this is for this function, and these all are for the my greet function, and these all are for my add function. Okay, now this is the point where our decorator complete. Okay, I meant to say some extra part is there which you have to know about the argument passing. Now, as of now, my functions doesn't taking any arguments and doesn't have any logics. Okay, because if I take an add function in the sense, I have to add the numbers. No, so we will do now that. What I will do, I will take the arguments here. This my function will takes the argument. Let's say args much of argument it will take. Before that, if I want to add the number, call the function. No, I have to pass the arguments here. Let's say 1 comma 2. I want to add the numbers 1 and 2. This will goes to add function. Okay, in this add function we have to receive. No, I will receive by the help of args for the variable length argument and kwargs for the keyword arguments. Okay, if you don't know about args and krgs, I have a separate video. You can go and watch that. Try to understand about the args and quarks. Okay, which is very important. Now, my logic is, let's say I want to find out the sum of it. Let's say sum is equals to, initially the sum is 0. Now, for I in args, which is a tuple, now sum is equal to sum plus I. Okay. Now, I don't want to return the add string. Instead of that, I want to return the sum. Okay, now this is perfectly fine. Uh, this is my implementation. The moment as you have taken previously, this is the wrapper function is also same as my the function what I have implemented. Okay, this also have to take no, that is star args comma star star k wargs. Okay, now the moment it will take while I'm calling this function, I have to give here also. Okay, and the result will be this function is nothing but I'm calling this function like that. Okay, this is what by normally if I comment this okay, if I comment this to function, what will happen if I call the greet function, it will do the work and give the string. If I call this add function, it will give me and return. But if I, let's say how it will see, the moment I will execute, no, does it taking any argument? What it's saying? It's saying unsupported operand type. Yes, where I have given in the where I have given line number 31 and 34. Unsupported operand sum is equals to sum capital M. Now you will see this is great and this is great, but I am not getting this decoration. Okay, to get that decoration, what I will do, I will uncomment this. I will get for each and individual. But where I am having the sum, you will get to know that is add of 1 comma 2. Okay, that is I'm getting the 3 add of 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. That's this is getting 75. Okay, this is how we pass the arguments to my decorators and get the value from the decorators. Okay, actually what will happen now, this function will take the argument present in the wrapper and then it will pass to my functions if it is there. If it is not there, it will be a empty function. Then it will give the result. It will store the result and it will give the result. This is about the decorators. I think you know all this. If you want to screenshot here, you can take. This is the about decorators. You can take screenshot now. That is how we implement the decorators. Basically, decorator is nothing but it is a function which will enhance the property of other function. Other function means these are the function. These are the other function. This is the decorator and these are the decorated. Decorated in the sense at the rate display, at the rate display. I am decorating my add function by the help of display. I am decorating greet function by the help of display.